this show going, man.
Hurry up, hurry up! Hurry up!
Hurry up! Hurry up!
Come on now. We're gonna have action soon. Right here. It ain't going nowhere.
Boy, yeah, you got some technique, boy. You ain't show me that this summer.
Hey, wild cat.
Ball at the 5, third down and 2.
That was bad.
Let's go have some fun, bro. We ain't got to talk about too much.
He wasn't playing the ball.
It's holding!
Cliff, the Cliff. How is that not called?
That ain't gonna call a damn thing.
What is the delay for? He's standing right there.
He's taking a card out. He's a piece of paper.
It's that close? Dear Lord.
Hello and welcome. We're the Aussie guys.
Dude,
Sorry,
dude.
I shocked you again.
Hey, heads
But I
up.
literally said...
It's like working on it, mate. When you do that, I do the intro and then I'll explain. Keep going. Okay.
Well, we're here for wide receivers, and we haven't left anywhere.
We're the other
We
guys.
literally-
AJ, and I'm here with G.
Yeah, you just literally shuffled your papers over. Now,
Mate, it's like when you do that,
Yeah.
because I work on a lot of building sites,
Yeah.
mate, and the bloody carpenters fire off the nail gun. Mate, once I've heard it once,
Yeah.
I'm good.
yeah, the
Mate,
first time.
Might hit the deck.
Yeah, it's loud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mate,
Oh,
if you-
man.
If you did that for a job in East LA, mate, it's dangerous. You get people firing
They're
back.
soft.
You get people firing back.
They should be using a hammer, shouldn't they? It's bloody soft, a nail gun. Bang, bang, bang.
It is, mate. Have you ever used one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, great.
Oh, they are fantastic.
invention. Yeah,
Yeah. I wonder how many times the carpenters have actually nailed parts of their own body. It would have happened, I'm sure. Nicked themselves with...
Possibly, but nail guns sort of.
Well, you kind of have to
It's-
lean on something.
Yeah, but you don't put your hand like you just demonstrate them with your hand behind the back of it. You just lean it against and push it, and boom. out
Yeah,
it
you
comes.
do. Exactly. Now, this wide receiver class G, and now we did sort of
43.
mentioned. Wow, really? You've
Yep.
looked at 43. When we were speaking about quarterbacks, I think we might have mentioned this just as we were talking about the rookie class in general. There's no Julio Jones in this class, right? But having said that, I think the class is kind of deep in a way, but it's going to be very landing spot dependent. And all of these guys have kind of got pros and cons.
It'd be, yeah, there are like categories of guys, like seriously
yeah.
categories of guys, like your
Big guys.
oh mate, mate, anybody that doesn't have like a 6'1" behind is just like short.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, a guy who I like, you don't have to talk about him necessarily, but I think one of my favourite guys in the class, and probably from the perspective that I think I'm starting to trend in terms of my own fantasy wide receiver selections, it's a little bit risk averse, is I tend to like the slot or possession guys.
Yes.
And so in that vein, AJ Brown is probably my top selection on the board. And I'm not saying that he's more talented than, say, Hakeem Butler or N'Keal Harry, who, you know, it varies. You talk to people, some people are N'Keal Harry, some people are Hakeem Butler. I think you're a Butler guy.
I am a Butler guy.
At the top.
Yep.
But it's horses for courses, isn't it? I think AJ Brown is a guy that can go into a lot of offenses in the league and be successful.
He's one of the definitely one of the guys that could slot straight into most teams.
Slot, and no pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended. and be a day one starter.
Yeah,
He's ready to go.
I agree. And so that we don't necessarily need to talk about him, but a guy that I do, because I know that you've looked at a lot of guys, let's just sort of cut to the chase a little bit. And I want to mention a guy that I know that you are very keen on. I think you have him number 2 on your board.
Number 2.
Yeah.
I have changed my board.
Oh, you have? Out of Notre Dame?
Yeah, no, he's still there.
Okay.
He's still there. At the moment, he's still there, but it's close with my third guy.
Fantastic at the combine in particular.
Blew up the
Maybe.
combine. But unfortunately, that speed
yes,
doesn't show up as much on games.
Right. So there's a difference between game speed and
40 speed.
40 speed.
With no padding on, and
he ran a 4.42.
He doesn't look like a 4.42 runner on the field.
6'4", 220 pounds out of Notre Dame. We are
228.
Oh, 228.
Very important that, mate.
We're, of course,
Just ask
talking
Kyler
about...
Murray. That ain't got him over
yeah.
200 pounds.
Who are we talking about?
Miles Boykin.
Miles Boykin. A very underrated guy.
Do you reckon
in
he's
ways.
underrated?
Well, I
Yeah,
don't-
look, he hasn't been spoken about as much as everybody else, really, has he?
You hear Harry, you hear Butler, you hear Brown, you hear Metcalf.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think from what I'd have to rate them at the moment, I'd say AJ Brown was probably the most spoken about in this class.
Could be, yeah,
And
could be.
everybody likes him.
Yes.
Now, whether or not at the top of everybody's list, well, that's, people have preferences as well, but everybody
course.
likes it, and I do.
Yeah, yeah.
Because of I should
Safe.
explain what I spoke about with running backs. What I look for in a wide receiver is I want someone that, one, can get separation. And that's not the only thing, because I must admit the guy at the top of my list is not the greatest to get
No.
separation.
Yeah.
But there's a lot to do before you get the ball. Someone who can play different roles.
Yes.
Is handy than just being like if you're a slot guy, you're a slot guy, and if I like a guy that can get out wide as well.
Yep.
And look, and that's what makes AJ Brown so versatile. He can pretty much do it all. And
Yeah, yeah.
everybody's comparing him to Juju Smith-Schuster, which is quite weird because I didn't really rank Juju. Like, it's not like I had him low or anything, but one of the things I had on Juju last year is I thought when he came out was the fact that I thought, I'd like to see if a guy that's a little bit tougher at the football.
Right.
And then, it's just one of those things, guys step up a level and they step up a level.
Precisely.
So that's another one that I blew. But that's
And look, this is probably another good thing about AJ Brown, just like we're talking about Will Greer, is if he's not the first wide receiver off the board and he goes down the list a little bit, he could land in Colts, for example. He could go to a team where...
Geez, mate, Memphis would love that.
I know.
He'd be locking himself in a room, wouldn't he?
Speaking of like that
wouldn't he?
eggplant emoji,
Oh, yes, the eggplant emoji.
because he could land in a team where there's no pressure on him. He's not the number one guy. There's a good quarterback under center, a good offense. Man, he could hit the ground running.
Yes.
So anyway, that's the thing that I think is in the positive in AJ Brown's corner. But speak to me about Miles Boykin. Sorry.
That's right. Look, there's a couple. There's a ton of big guys.
Yes.
But I think he's the most at the moment. He's the most. Well, actually, there's another guy who's in my top 5 that a lot of people would have in the top 5. He may depend on he could very easily move into Miles Boykin's spot.
Oh, okay.
He's another tall guy,
Right.
But look, he's a long strider, and that's the one thing I know. He looks lethargic, but I think it's just because he's that sort of. He eats up ground quickly with long strides.
Yes.
He's got soft hands, and the amount of balls he can catch, thrown his way in a variety of positions.
Okay.
He goes up and gets the ball. He does everything. He's a hand catcher. He's a fluid mover. He's a strong blocker when he's asked to block. He's very good at hand fighting, and then putting his hands up until the last moment.
Yes.
He's He's a very strong contested catcher. What else have we got about him? He's a natural catcher of the football, which is something that I look for. Not someone we've spoken about this before that looks like he spends a lot of time on the jug machine.
Right.
Perfect example of that, which I heard today, would be Njoku, who can make some unbelievable catches, but just it's just not a natural thing for him to catch the football.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So mate, the amount of separation he can get to for someone his size, and look, they afford him a bit of distance at the line because they respect his ability.
Okay.
Let's see if that happens when he gets
To the pros.
To the pros.
Yep.
So it'd be interesting to see how he handles that. Look, and it's not just the on-field, it's the off-field stuff with him. He's a very well-spoken, very measured person.
Okay.
If you ever listen to have an interview.
I haven't. No.
And that just sort of, I
like that.
There's no flamboyance.
Yeah.
And I even like his little, it's like he just drops the ball like poof. and he throws the ball. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't mean to say he's not coming out or anything, but you know what I mean? Like, just the way there's no massive fanfare.
No.
Like, I've been here before, I'm going to be here again.
Like Travis Kelce. But
that's Travis.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Also,
Look, I don't mind.
No.
But he celebrates every first down like he's won the Super Bowl. But anyway.
Yeah, which is your job. I've
well, yeah.
never understood a lot of the stuff that they celebrate. You know, like corners will celebrate. The guy, he has nothing to do with the guy dropping the ball, and the guy dropped the ball, and he'll celebrate like he batted it away or did something to.
Yeah.
You know, just like, dude, mate, the guy dropped the ball. But anyway, these guys live on that sort of adrenaline pump, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah, he's just to me, he's just at the moment, he's probably one of the most well-rounded of everything sort of has come together for him before everybody else out of the bigger receivers.
Okay. Now, a guy who's at the top of your board and is at the top of many boards.
And look, he was, he's 90th percentile across the board.
Oh, yeah, I know. His combine was ridiculous.
You know, so, look, combine can tell you a lot of things, and you should put them both together. I like the tape part of it.
Context.
And so I'm probably selling myself short, and I should be looking at both. But 90%, you marry them together, and perfect.
Sure. No, that makes perfect sense. Now, a guy that is... Now, there's pros and cons, as we said. Hakeem Butler, who I know you like. Now, the biggest knock on him, that, from my perspective, is the hands.
Yes.
And he does... Yeah, there are drops there. But, I mean, that's fixable. It is. But at the same time...
Look, some of the drops that he makes, AJ...
Terrible.
People say concentration drops.
Yes.
Look, a concentration drop is when you've spent before you've received it.
Yeah, right.
Mate, he's not spent it before. He's just got his hands in like some really
terrible,
really
position.
bad spots. And I'll compare him to another guy, which is Metcalf.
Yes.
Butler at least gets his hands on the ball. I see Metcalf, balls go through his hand. I mean through his hands, and don't even touch them.
Right.
He drops more balls than Butler does.
Right, okay.
And for a guy that can only do one thing, and that's run down field really fast and contested catches, you know, you want to be catching nearly everything that comes your way.
Yes.
But, it is. It is a problem. It's something he really has to work on, and whether that's a concentration thing. But to me, concentration drops is you probably spent the ball before you've received it more than, you know.
Yeah.
Hand positions. That should be natural.
Oh,
But
my
look,
word.
but mate, outside of the ones the catches he does make, it's circus time.
Yes.
Seriously, It's just, mate, what is he, 6'6", 205, and the way he moves at that height is incredible. At that length that he has.
Yes.
Mate, he can do everything. Mate, he's so fluent as a runner. He can stop on a dime. Yeah.
He can play all over the field.
This is the bet. This is why I have him at number one. Is you can line him up anywhere you want.
Yep.
And he will play that position. And mate, he is tough as nails. He will go across the middle. He will do what you want him to do.
Yeah. Now, a guy that you're happy to move on.
Oh, if you want to move on, there's a lot of receivers to get through.
Oh, there is. So let's just move on. Another guy that I like, and partly for the AJ Brown factor, I guess. He had a very good Senior Bowl. He is similar in style, I guess, in terms of being labelled a possession guy, I suppose. I do quite like him out of South Carolina. I'm interested to get your opinion on Deebo Samuel.
Oh, Deebo.
Yeah.
Oh, look, when we did our draft circus,
yes,
he was one of the guys that we covered, and I really did like Deebo Samuel, but I hadn't watched a hell of a lot of guys. I think we were given a list by John Sheps to have a look at.
Yep.
And so we went and had a look at them, and someone with injury concerns as well.
Yes, that's true.
So you tell me what you like about him, AJ, and I'll find him in my 43 list of pieces of paper. I reckon this is at least 4 trees in here.
Look, I haven't nearly watched probably as much of him as you have. what I did like about him was, and his senior bowl was very impressive, but what I did like about him were his hands and his route running ability, and he just seemed to be a real possession guy. And I mean, just getting the separation and being in the right spot at the right time. I mean, he's a short to intermediate guy, but at the same time, he can get yards after contact.
Well,
you
that's
know?
yards after catch, stuff like that.
Yeah.
He's almost
Catch, I should say.
he's almost like a bit like a running back and a wide receiver and a running back's
Right.
physique.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yes.
And that's sort of how he plays as well. So,
Yeah.
so I just keep going through my... He's in here somewhere, mate. I swear to God. He's in here. Oh, there he is.
Yay.
6 foot. Even he's 6 foot.
Yeah.
He looks short.
He does,
Maybe
actually.
because
He does look
It's
short.
like 6'2",
Yeah.
6'3". Look, I said down here, he's a tough runner, and another guy that was really probably lacked a decent quarterback,
Right.
as well. I find a lot of these, what is it, Bentley? I think I've written down his name here if I can read my own writing. I should have been a
The quarterback?
I should
No
have,
idea.
I should have been a surgeon or a doctor, mate, because you can't read their writings. I can't even read my own. He's a powerful beat receiver, quick feet away from the line, strong through the hips, excellent contact balance.
Yeah.
More quick than outright fast.
Yes.
Fast cuts on his route, but needs to sharpen them. Willing blocker, and he seemed to enjoy it too, which is great.
Yep.
Hard to bring down. Has that not going down attitude. Mm-hmm. Let's put it this way: that the crowd even booed Bentley when he played at home. He was that bad against Texas A&M.
Right.
So excellent change of direction, speed. Well, I would like to see him commit more to his routes when he's not involved.
Okay.
And look, I must admit, there's AJ Brown, for all his good parts to his game.
Yeah.
One of the things I did notice is if he knows he's not part of the play, or and I believe you should run your route the same all the time.
Yeah.
He's a bit slack.
Yeah, look, AJ Brown's routes, I reckon,
And-
was sometimes a bit sloppy.
Yes.
They weren't real crisp.
No. And that's I found he looked a bit more uncomfortable when he was made to go up and snag the ball
Yeah.
out of the air. I wrote down here in the game against in the end of the fourth quarter, he goes up against Texas A&M, and the hand placement is just absolutely terrible.
Right.
And he was lucky to hold on to it. I said needs to work on his route running. He lacks a bit of ball tracking ability. Mm-hmm. So there are drops are a concern. And I did write down here, I said he's very aware and looks a little bit nervous at times if he knows he's going to get hit.
Okay. Right.
And I wrote down here, not a natural catcher of the football, though.
Right.
So that's just my,
Observation.
observation. Yeah. Because I compare guys like we saw last year with Dante Pettis, which some of my mates just born to catch a football.
Yeah.
And there's guys in here that, there are a few guys in here that just natural catches of the football.
Oh, yeah. We'll get to one in a minute.
Yeah.
But before we do that,
There's a couple.
there's a G favourite I want to talk about. And maybe he's sort of...
I've got a couple of favourites we haven't spoken about.
Yeah. And you need to top up my glass in a second.
Okay.
Charge my glass. But let's go to Ohio
It's been off, I've
State.
let it air. Look,
Good.
That's matured nicely.
And for people listening, it's probably been a couple of days it's been airing.
Yes.
Maybe. Thank you very much. So...
Is that better?
That's good. Yeah.
I do like.
That's
I'm
really
not a big
nice.
wine. I do like fortified wine. I like the port and fortified
Yeah,
wine.
no, it's got that sort of heavy...
It is. It's not a light.
No.
it's not at all.
I like it. Good winter wine.
Yes.
So,
Nice bowl of soup.
Ohio State.
Soup's not a meal either.
Oh, soup is a meal.
No, it's not.
It can be a meal. Ohio State wide receiver G.
Okay.
6
Which one?
foot, 205 pounds. Oh, which one? I should have said.
There's a couple.
He ran a 4.3140. Fast. I'm talking about the man who likes a baguette, a sneaky baguette, and some cheese.
Does he?
Yeah, he's from Europe, isn't he? Paris.
Oh,
No, I'm just kidding. Paris Campbell.
Big fan.
Yeah, I know
fan.
you are.
Now, this is someone, our good friend Memphis at the Dynasty Warzone. He's a massive fan of Terry McCollum.
Yes.
And so I went and watched his tape, and I I could be way wrong here. I compared him a little bit to Christian Kirk, but with more speed.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I like that comparison. Yeah.
He's sort of that same sort of catch radius.
Yep.
But quicker. But quicker in everything that he does.
Yes.
And then I went and watched Paris Campbell. And Paris Campbell's just, mate, he's speed.
Yeah.
And look, there's a massive knock on him because it was all just, short passes. It was very boring to watch. It's the same thing over and over again. But that was his job and his offense. Then he went and did I think at the combine, his pro day, and then people saw what he could possibly do.
Yeah.
Have you seen his combine footage?
I haven't
the way he
seen-
moves.
No.
Oh, mate, yeah. You could open this guy up.
Right.
He could do so much more, mate. The things I like about him, which I've written down, is his change up speed at the release off the line.
Yes.
It's not just one speed all the time.
No.
It depends on the situation, and he can be really sharp off the line. He always finds that open spot in zone coverage. Excellent balance and strength, and usually stays after his feet after the initial tackle or hit.
Yes.
Good foot movement off the line. Doesn't overplay it. And gets downfield as soon as possible. There's someone on here, I can't find him for the life of me. I have to go through. That, mate, this is not Lord of the Dance. I wish I could. I'll find his name. I have to put it out there. But he dances and dances. It's like dude plays over, and he hasn't moved.
Right. Yeah.
He's danced that much. I found that he's really good. That when he releases on his route, that if there's someone there, you see so often that someone, this is my route.
Yes.
I've got to run my route.
Yeah.
And some guys just stand next to the guy.
Yeah,
There's a linebacker there or
Right.
whoever.
Yes.
No, he changes things up. Very good at changing things up. Mm-hmm. And he will move away from the defender to give Haskins an easy completion to him.
Yep.
Knows where the first down marker is. He's a hand catcher. Love hand catchers.
Yes.
Even when he's going to get hit in the numbers, he won't take it on the chest. He'll catch it in his hands. His blocking isn't just that. I've written down he's a slot guy, and he's a bit more. I like he slides around the field, which is nice to watch.
Yeah.
Gets yards after carry because the dude's just got speed. Is he all a slider? No, man. The dude can cut. He can do both. His catch radius is not the biggest, but has no problems catching the ball above his head or outside of his frame.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's move on. I want to talk about a G favourite, another G favourite.
There's a lot of favourites.
If you're talking about the poster
got a big
boy,
barn this year.
Yeah, I know you do.
My boys in my barn.
Talk about a poster boy for Yak. This
boys,
could be
barns.
the poster boy of this class for Yak. Out of Baylor, a former 5-star running back.
Where is he? Where have I done with him?
Surely you haven't.
Oh, he's here
What have you
somewhere.
done with him?
He was here. You saw him.
I saw him. He was there a second ago. Now, I hadn't heard of this guy, and you said, dude, go and have a look at this guy. He's 6'5", 226 pounds. When I looked at the footage of this guy, this is a guy who is impressive enough as a wide receiver, but I heard one of the commentators use the term muscle memory when I was watching him, and it's really interesting because he's got this pedigree as a running back, and sometimes once he's got the ball in his hands, he can be a running back, basically, but he's 30 yards down the field already. You know what I mean?
Mate, as soon as he goes up, as soon as he catches the ball, his next step,
Yes.
he's a running back.
Oh, I was so impressed by this guy.
And no one's talking about it.
No. And this is what makes me wonder. Where is he going to go in the draft? He's probably
Makes me wonder why no one's talking about him. Maybe I'm just an idiot.
No, I don't think so at all. Now, he's probably a day 3 guy, I suppose, but where he lands is going to be super interesting. And, of course, who am I talking about? It is
Jalen Hurd.
Yes.
Just found him at the bottom of the
You
list.
just found
He's
him.
at the bottom. 6'4", 229 pounds. So he's a... Mate, he doesn't look 229 pounds.
No, he doesn't look 6'5".
6'4".
Oh,
Have you got
okay.
6'5" there?
Yeah, I've got 6'5" here, but it doesn't look
either.
No.
Well, once you're at 6'4", you're tall. He was a 4-star recruit coming out. Mate, he doesn't. It's hard to imagine him being a running back.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah.
And then you watch him play when they play him. Look, they play him as both in Baylor. They lined him up in the backfield.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yes.
And mate, he moves well. And he doesn't mind, mate. He runs like a running back.
He does.
You think, dude, you're gonna get hurt. It's just because he's so tall.
Yes.
It's just a weird.
Oh, it is weird
To watch him do it. I don't know. How did it take him this long to work out that this guy could be a really good wide receiver?
But he's got those skills.
Mate, he has for running back. Mate, he has natural hands
Yes.
for a wide receiver. Mate, I just look. He's not the quickest guy off the line. At first, I thought he ran a little bit stiff-legged.
Okay,
but maybe it's just the height thing.
Oh, maybe.
But he's like he runs high need.
Okay.
Mate, he's got the whole head fake down thing already.
Oh, yeah.
And mate, the amount of defenders that commit to his head fake, because it is that good.
Yeah.
Is amazing to watch. He has good acceleration out of his cuts. The first couple of steps with speed give him the separation he requires. Shows quick hand-eye coordination when balls are on the route. Able to catch balls with soft hands when not directly on the spot. He's an angry-looking blocker too when you ask him to block. The one thing I do like about him too, as soon as he catches that ball is straight to his body.
Right.
And that's probably part of the running back mentality as well. How to carry the ball. Mate, fearless across the middle.
Right.
And at times you watch him and he seems to glide. He seems like everybody else is on the ice, but he's the only one with skates. He's sort of got that fluid movement about him. What else have I got down? He can get out of his cuts sharply, and especially when you think of the size of the guy at 6'4", the way he can cut.
Yeah, he doesn't look
quite
that
incredible.
He doesn't look that at all.
No. He's a physical runner, good acceleration through his breaks, digs his hips into his cuts, shows the ability to climb the ladder, but he wasn't really used that much in that respect, but he can do it. As I said, he often lines up in the tailback position, shows patience as a runner, whether or not teams will use that part of him. And that's probably going to hurt him, possibly,
yes,
in the draft. Is that I saw someone on Twitter put him in the running back category.
Right, interesting.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a mistake.
Yeah.
But anyway, a few guys had a go at him, but mate, everybody's allowed to their opinion. Excellent footwork, and look, being a tailback, he's got excellent balance.
Yeah, he does. I would just challenge anyone. Not challenge anyone. I think
just
he had a put him into YouTube.
Butlers about him.
Yeah, sure. I'd put him in YouTube.
Just have a look.
Have a look at this guy. Yeah. I think you're going to be really surprised and think to yourself, why have I not heard this guy's name before?
He's only just started playing wide receiver.
Yes.
So he doesn't know all the nuances of the position yet.
No. Let's talk about, I'm going to mention a guy that
Someone you like?
No, this is someone that you like.
What about someone you like? It's all about me.
Yeah, because you're the one with the pile of 60 pieces of paper
We're both here together.
Let's talk about a guy whose brother is in the NFL.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. A lot of people don't agree with me on this one.
Really?
Nah.
Oh, I don't know about that. So this is a guy whose brother is in the NFL, and I think he's... I was going to say underrated. I don't think he's underrated, G. I think he's going to be maybe a day two guy.
I saw one person when I looked on YouTube and I was going through all the...
Yeah.
One guy had him as his number one guy. I'm going,
get out
there's
of
someone
town.
else out there with me.
Well, number one?
Yeah.
Wow. I wouldn't have him number one, but he's up there for sure.
Yeah.
Because, again, this is a guy who I might have been a little bit soft on, and you were like, nah, check out his highlights.
Just watch him move, mate.
Yeah.
Just watch him move.
I am, of course, talking about...
Riley Ridley.
Yes, Riley Ridley.
Out of Georgia, 6'2", 200 pounds. Not used as much as he should have been used.
No.
What Georgia receivers are.
Well, of course, because, Georgia. It says it all. What?
Oh, so what's she got to do with it? But
who got to do with it? Georgia.
But, mate, his quarterback play terrible. Terrible. My God. You look at some of these guys, mate. What made you go and grab this guy out of high school? and stick him on like one of the top teams in the country.
Right.
He's just the quarterback play is shocking.
Yeah.
But look, mate, I love this dude. When I first watched him, I was just like, look, there's not a lot on him. He played 12 of 14 games in 2018. He only had 44 receptions for 570 yards and 9 TDs.
Yeah.
He's not his brother. There's a little bit different. His brother, to me, is more of a sharper sort of route runner.
Okay.
His routes are a lot sharper and squarer, but look, he can do both. But that's what I liked about Calvin, was how he got separation so quickly because of how sharp everything was.
He does get separation for sure.
His brother Riley is just a totally different cat. He flows. He can cut it, but he flows and he reads defenses so well. And mate, before you know it, it's almost like he's hypnotic. He's entranced the defenders. And it's just before they know it, he's 3 yards away.
Okay.
He's got probably. People may disagree with me, and hopefully in the next coming weeks we'll have Matt on and we can talk to Matt, because I love talking to Matt about wide receivers and hands and that. And,
yes.
Mate, he catches the ball as natural as anybody that I've seen.
Right.
And I mean, at full pace, he will stick his hands up and basically doesn't even look at the ball. He just knows where his hands are. He knows where the ball, because a good receiver which I find, which is really hard about some receivers, how they can't judge the true flight of a ball.
Yes.
He does that no problems. His ability to change his body angle in mid-flight of the ball, like in mid-air, when he's in mid-air, is incredible. And I've put it down to a little bit Michael Jordan-esque. He can just contort your body in mid-air. Is fantastic. He shows sharp comeback routes. He's got great route change-up pace, quick acceleration off the line. The ability to stop on one step is fantastic. As I said, he reads the defense's coverage and he finds a soft spot. Mate, not a blocker, but he's a physical receiver. Excellent body control when climbing the ladder. What else have I got down? He's very good at reading corners.
Okay.
And the hips of the corner and changing direction predetermined by what they do.
Yes.
He tracks, as I said, he tracks the ball through the air with ease. It's just something he does. It's just a natural gift for him. He understands the flight of the ball.
Yeah.
Excellent concentration and awareness of his surroundings. And he knows where the sideline is and he knows where his defenders are at all time. And I was just down here with a question mark. His production is just because he didn't get a lot of it.
Right.
When you look at some of these receivers receive, up to 90 catches and, 1,300 yards. He just didn't see it in that offense.
Now, we're going to wrap this up real soon, G. Do you want to just talk about someone that or do you want to just do your top 5? There's lots of names you haven't mentioned.
There's a ton. There's one guy I like out of UC Davis. His name is Keelan Doss.
Okay.
I don't know where Matt has him on that list. 118 for 1,334 yards and 9 TDs. I think he has some of the best hands in this class as well. Quick acceleration off the line. Excellent hip bend, knee bend.
36. He's got
okay, that's all right. Matt doesn't know what he's talking about. We'll have to, when we have him on, there's a movie called, is it How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? It's got that Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. No,
Goldie Hawn. Yes, Matthew McConaughey and is it Matthew McConaughey?
Oh, it is Matthew McConaughey.
Is it Goldie Hawn's daughter? I don't know.
No, it's not Goldie Hawn.
No, it's her daughter. She's in it. And they go around to his house one day to meet his family, and they're playing a card game, and they yell out, it's called bullshit.
Yeah.
I might have to call bullshit on Matt a couple of times.
Right.
Just give him the heads up. We'll just let him know we're going to do that before we do. We don't want to lose him.
No.
Look, mate, he has absolutely no fear about going across the middle, which he does often and like through the air. Catches balls with excellent hand positioning. able to find the soft spot in coverage, which is an excellent trait. Excellent contested catcher. He's got that F off, it's a my ball attitude. Excellent ball security. Level of competition, again, is probably one of the question marks. And at the Senior Bowl in the 101s, mate, he burnt every opponent he came up against.
Right.
So just not a lot of game tape, which is a bit disappointing. So just someone who's further down, keep an eye on. Look, mate, there is an absolute ton. Like I said, I've done 43 guys. I probably could have done more. I tell you, anybody wants to just go and have a great look, Tyree Brady. Where's Matt got? Tyree Brady.
22.
Out of Marshall. Man, if you want to see circus catches,
Yeah.
mate, they're all circus catches.
Okay.
This is another one. I put him up there with the Keelan Doss. He's just excellent to watch. This is someone you could grab in your probably in your bit later rounds of your fantasy leagues.
Yes.
6'3", 201 pounds out of Marshall. Just go and have a look.
And there's a whole lot of names in this class, G. I'll get to your top 5. There's a whole lot of names in this class that we haven't mentioned, and I think in many ways this is a sort of deep class, if not, maybe you don't say there's a whole lot of top-tier talent right at the top, but it actually is very deep. Like, it doesn't drop off. Because we haven't even mentioned guys like Kelvin Harmon, Marquise Hollywood Brown gets a little bit of buzz. Arcega Whiteside, JJ Arcega Whiteside gets a bit of buzz.
A guy like in the slot, like Gary Jennings out of West Virginia, mate. I put him out probably one of the most physical wide receivers in this class.
Okay,
tough as nails, mate. Tough as nails. And look, there's a guy on here, and he's going to be in the list, but we haven't spoken about him.
Yep. Who's that?
Oh, I'll give out my top 5.
Oh, give out your top 5.
Okay, my top 5. At number 1, I have Hakeem Butler.
Yes.
Just because I just like the fact that he can play anywhere on the field.
Yeah, fair enough.
Miles Boykin, because I think at the moment he's probably the most well-rounded of these bigger guys.
Yes.
Which is a bit weird seeing Hakeem Butler's probably taller.
Yeah.
But, the more of the big, solid receivers. Number 3 is Riley Ridley.
Yes.
I think you haven't seen the best of him yet. Number 4 is AJ Brown, just because he's the most complete.
Oh, yeah.
He can start straight up. He's ready to go.
Yes.
And number 5, look, it was a toss-up between, because I really like Jalen Hurd. I want to get him in there.
Yeah.
But someone we haven't spoke about, which I should put as number 5, and that is Preston Williams.
Nice.
Out of Colorado.
Yeah.
Out of Colorado State. And now he could easily be up there. Him and Miles Boykin. That he could very easily move into that Miles Boykin spot at number. He could jump up from number 5 to number 2.
Very nice.
Very easily. 96 catches on the season, 1,345 yards, 14 TDs. 6'4", 209 pounds. It was a transfer from Tennessee. I believe he had a few problems. I haven't actually written them down, I don't think, unfortunately.
Off the field problems.
Off the field problems.
Yeah.
Well, another guy that really wasn't helped by his quarterback. But this, I've written down here actually, he's something like the Cowboys could do with someone like Preston Williams.
Okay.
But, explosive guy, mate, quick feet, strong hands, excellent knee bend out of his routes. He's physical as hell. He's as cocky as all get out, mate. He's got a little bit of that Dez, or those sort of guys that once he's alongside the corner, he's got his hand up. Like, right. Mate, I've got, just throw me the ball. I've got this dude beat. Just throw me the ball. I'm alongside him now, but I'm not going to beat. And if you throw it up, I'm going to beat him. I really like that about him. So, Preston Williams is someone that I don't think really anybody is speaking about. You might hear a flicker every now and then.
Yeah.
But he makes my top 5.
Very good. Nice. Good work, G. And
strong hands too, mate. Like, seriously strong hands.
Nice. All right. We'll wrap up wide receivers and we're going to go into tight ends so you can swap your pile out, and I'll hit stop on this. But anyway, thanks for listening. Tight ends coming up.